Hi, it's Uncle Larry. Today we're going to think about this statement. There are no solutions, only trade-offs. It originated with the American economist Thomas Sowell, but is quoted by others extensively, and now by me. For some, Sowell may be a bit of a lightning rod, and it is true that, like other experts, he can err when he goes outside of his field of competence. It happens all the time. But that should not prevent us from reflecting upon the depth of what he said in that statement. There are no solutions, only trade-offs. Think of any problem in front of you, personal or public. It's unlikely you're going to completely solve anything. Most initiatives, which involve exchanges between individuals, groups, companies, unions, governments, you name it, involve a trade-off. All trade-offs involve costs, and sometimes those costs inadvertently create unanticipated and unpleasant consequences. So the best you can do is to try to get the best trade-off you can. That's all you can hope for. You're going to win a little bit here and you're going to lose a little bit there, but you're just going to have to tolerate imperfections. There are no perfect solutions to anything. What, you say? You mean we'll never completely solve problems like conflict between nations, climate change, social inequality, complete access to health care, religious disagreement, ideological conflict? Nope, afraid not. St. Augustine was right when he said human nature is imperfectible. We are human. We are flawed. We'll have to drop the utopianism once and for all and accept the idea that the only path to peaceful coexistence is to make trade-offs with each other. In this polarized, divided world, Thomas Sowell's assertion that there are no solutions, only trade-offs, serves as a poignant reminder of the nuanced nature of decision-making. Overlooking this has resulted in the mess that we're currently in. I will argue. Societal change is a messy business. Most situations require navigating shades of gray. People find this dull or weak or boring. Such oversimplification can lead to misguided policies and ineffective results, as it disregards an intricate web of costs and unforeseen consequences associated with any decision. We need an example. How about the dilemma of our lack of population growth? As with many Western countries, in Canada, demographers are telling us we're not having enough children to support a population high enough to grow our economy and fund our generous social programs down the line in the future. So the solution is to ramp up immigration levels. And it's a worthy solution on many levels, including adding to our cultural diversity. New citizens are more than making up for this demographic shortfall right now. In fact, our population is actually growing. Now, is this a perfect solution? No. Trade-offs, like everything else, are involved here. One trade-off is our current shortage of housing and high mortgage rates. We will now have to find a solution to that problem. So that's just a bare-bones example to illustrate the fact that nothing is perfect and no solution, so-called solution, is perfect. Sadly, the advent of social media has intensified the black and white nature of our discourse now. Social media platforms with their character limits and algorithms now reward extreme points of view over nuanced discussions. It's mob rule out there. Few trade-offs, little nuance. It's conform to our solutions or be canceled. It's not just that your side is wrong, you're morally evil, or just motivated by ignorance or hatred. I did an entire other comment about cancel culture. The strangest thing here, though, is that these self-appointed social media enforcers of what you're allowed to propose or even speak about sincerely believe that they're motivated by virtue. But the impulse is authoritarian. It's predatory. Canceling someone is like hunting and bagging a moose. Driving someone from the public square. Ruining a career. It's become a thrilling sport. And if cancel culture was just confined to social media, that would be one thing. But this pile-on mentality is infecting our mainstream institutions right now as well. In this digital age, Thomas Sowell's call for acknowledging trade-offs becomes all the more imperative. Now, skillful professional negotiators must be laughing at all of this because they've always known that effectively navigating trade-offs enables people with conflicting points of view to move beyond impasses, finding enough common ground to live peacefully with each other. Nobody gets everything they want. Most adults should know this by now, but too many don't. It's like they're in a state of adolescence perpetually. Any good negotiator will tell you the concept of trade-offs and compromise stand as a linchpin for reaching mutually beneficial agreements. Successful negotiation involves parties with different interests finding common ground, as I said, through a willingness to make concessions. Concessions? It's tough work. But any good negotiator will also tell you there's no weakness in compromise. It's tough. Understanding the importance of trade-offs can foster collaboration, build relationships, and lead to more positive outcomes down the road when other situations arise. Real-world negotiations, whether in business, politics, social justice, personal matters, often demand a delicate balance between asserting your interests, which you should do, while simultaneously recognizing that your solution might involve negative costs for others. The result might not be perfect, but then, hey, there are no solutions, only trade-offs.